Color is one of the aspects that I tend to think about when designing a thumbnail. Again, being completely brutally honest, when you're just scrolling through videos, you don't really think about it. So if the thumbnail has a lot of colors and it doesn't mix up very well, it makes it very confusing, then the use of color is wrong over there. I'll give you a few examples where I really thought actively about the color. So the first one you see here, it's me in Japan with a price, and immediately you see what pops out is the text, which is the price, because it was a video about an entire day in Tokyo without spending a single yen, and also me that pops in the middle. What if I were to show you the original picture? It looks like that. So you see, the thing that really pops in this picture is here, the text on the left, because it's bright red. It's red compared to anything else. It takes all the focus. So to fix that, I just made it black and white, only that part. And all of a sudden the focus goes back to where it's supposed to be, which is me in the middle and the text that was added afterwards. So that's one of the examples where color might take away the attention. That's why I don't use a shirt that has the same color as the background, because it blends in too much. I wear this darker green shirt because it makes me pop out of the frame. That's why I think about these things. The next example here is the color of the camera was intentional. I could have used, there was no other choice. These kids' cameras come in bright colors, but it came out perfectly because the photos, the prints are only in black and white. So you see, surrounded by black and white, and the thing in the middle is colorful. So immediately when you glance through it, you just look at the thumbnail, you see immediately the camera. It pops up compared to anything else. That's the thing you see. The things around it tell the story. They're also important, but having a clear focus point gives the photo clarity and your thumbnail a good story, a thing to really focus on. And in this case, it's the center, which is the camera. Going back to the 0 yen video, you see that what really pops is the price and me, but what's around it is also important too. It tells the story of where I am, and you clearly see that I'm somewhere in Asia. But again, if the text were to be red, it would really compete the attention between me and the text. So if it were red, it would really compete between attention and make it uncertain. Where should I focus? And this uncertainty is not good. We want clarity. The next photo here we have is the opposite of the other camera video. We see this camera now takes pictures in bright colors. And all around it, surrounding the camera, are just colorful pictures. And that's why I purposely chose the white camera. These cameras come in all patterns, all colorful patterns, and if it were also colorful, it would compete the attention with everything else. So we want some sort of contrast. The camera is simple, white, and everything around is colorful. That's why it contrasts a little bit better. And talking about contrast, because contrast gives that much more clarity to the picture, we see that me and all the gear. And I chose purposely a floor that'd be a bit lighter because I knew that all my gear is black, all dark colors. That's also why I wore a dark turtleneck, because I would contrast with everything that's in the background, which is the floor. It makes it clear what the focus should be. So color is very important in post-production. You could remove color to make everything more cohesive. You can choose the color of your shirt. Maybe if you're in nature and you choose maybe a bright yellow jacket, then you'll really pop out in the middle of the frame. These tips are not only for thumbnails, they also apply for good photography, because good photography is all about knowing where the viewer will look at. Surprise, these two things come in hand together. A clear focus gives a clear explanation, which gives a good photograph, and at the same time is also a good thumbnail. Everything is about clarity. I hope you got to understand the importance of color and color manipulation or choices of color. And in the next class, we'll go through the importance of composition, so how you frame things. I'll see you there.